So you're going to be the producer on a no-budget short film. Great.
My condolences.
You're basically going to be doing everything. Your job is to make sure everything runs smoothly. On a bigger scale, you might have a line producer, locations manager, an army of on-set and office PAs, but for a no-budget project, the production team is probably just you and whoever you can wrangle together. And if you do your job well and everything runs smoothly, the highest praise you'll receive is just an absence of complaints.
All in the game, yo. All in the game.
On that note, if you can get anyone on board to support you in some aspect of your work, please do. Especially once you start shooting, you'll need all the help you can get, trust me. Let's jump in with the final days coming up to the shoot, because we covered pre-production already in a previous video. In those days coming up to your first production day, you're primarily making sure everything is set up to run smoothly once you start. So these days should be spent going through final checks and making sure you're getting ahead of any potential issues. You want to make sure everyone has the information and tools they need in order to do their job to the best of their ability. So you want clear channels of communication. I think some kind of a group chat is great for sharing information, locations, call sheets, sudden changes. Ideally, you've set this up in the time going up to the shoot. I usually split it into a cast group chat and a crew group chat because they usually need different information. So once you've set up good communication, you also want to confirm how you're going to move people and equipment. Obviously, you have a shooting location and you need everyone to be there for the call time. But you need to keep specific considerations in mind. Is it difficult to reach? Do you need a car to shuttle people from a nearby train station, or can everyone reach the shooting location easily? Then you need to consider equipment. Ideally, you can always leave the equipment at the location you'll be shooting in on the following day. You'll otherwise lose a lot of valuable shooting time moving equipment. Just make sure the location has a storage space that's lockable and that the equipment isn't visible from any windows. Keep in mind that camera and lenses always need to go home with someone, or at least those are the typical insurance guidelines here in Germany. It might be different wherever you are. Now let's cover the day before the shoot. You'll probably be primarily dealing with equipment and locations. The camera team might be running camera tests at the rental house. They'll probably organize and communicate this within the camera department. You just want to make sure everything is running smoothly and that they have what they need. They'll probably be communicating directly with the rental house regarding technical stuff. You'll probably only get called in if something changes in terms of pricing. Actually, make sure to inform your crew that they should let you know if they're making any changes or requests that will result in extra costs. By the way, you'll receive a list of all the rented equipment on it. All of the equipment should be counted and tested by the respective departments before it leaves the rental house. If something's missing or not working when it returns, you might very well have to pay for it. Then the team will start loading equipment. If you're not busy, give them a hand. It's no budget filmmaking, we're all in this together. Keep in mind that the camera tests and loading equipment can take a lot of time. So if the location where you're storing the equipment in has a specific time window, you'll have to keep an eye on this. As I mentioned, it's best to store the equipment in the location you'll be shooting at for the first shoot day so it's ready to go. Even better if you can already set up some lights in that time. This is normally referred to as pre-lighting, which basically just buys you some time that you would otherwise spend setting it up on the shoot day. In any case, make sure that you'll have access to the location a little bit before the cast and crew arrive so that you can open it up early. Information regarding keys and opening times are pretty important in that case, depending on your location. A certain amount of waiting around is unavoidable on film sets, but it's always best to minimize the amount of time spent waiting. It's a misuse of precious production time and it feels unprofessional and tends to damage morale a bit. You don't want people who woke up early in the morning stuck outside the entrance of the location because you didn't organize it correctly. On the day before the first shooting day, your cast and crew will expect a call sheet. If you don't have a second AD or a second assistant director, you might also have to prepare the call sheet yourself. This is a document that has all of the key information for the shoot day. So it has information like various contact details, the call time, which is when you should be on set, and the shooting locations. This is an essential document to make sure everyone has the information they need and should be sent to the cast and crew as soon as possible. You can find all kinds of templates for call sheets and other production documents online. Maybe I'll leave some links in the description or in the comments.
I got you, homie!
Okay, what about the set itself? Well, if you don't have a set manager, this responsibility will fall on you. The priority regarding your set is to keep spirits high, and the best way to do this is to keep them well fed. Have a snacks and refreshment spot. Make sure you have a good portion of food per person during lunch. Try to find spaces for each shooting location where people can retreat to and not interrupt production. All these things will mean that people who aren't working can be kept busy, and that people who are working have the fuel to keep going. Once you're shooting, you'll probably be in firefighter mode. You'll mostly be reacting to issues that arise as you go. Noise complaints, technical difficulties, late arrivals. It's a marathon of swatting away anything that could bring your production to a halt. Try to be mentally and physically prepared for that. Long hours and a constant flow of problems can be very taxing, even if you enjoy problem solving. I can't really give any advice at this point because the problems you're solving will be so specific to your project, but generally speaking, I would add that you're mostly managing people. Disgruntled location owners, pedantic directors, or exhausted crew members. The technical issues should be solved by the respective technical teams, but you might have to jump in to convince that disgruntled location owner to let you stay a bit longer, or to convince the police that that signature on the shooting permit doesn't look that similar to your own signature beside it.
You serious?
You might think being a producer is about being organized, keeping an eye on the budget, and solving complicated production issues. Which is true, it is, but you really can't neglect the soft skills. You need to be good with people. Let me quick fire some tips that could also be useful. You'll probably more than likely go over budget. Always account for this by intentionally not spending around 5 to 10% of your budget, so you can handle sudden changes. Speaking of which, it's always good to have cash on hand for surprise expenses. When you're looking for locations, try to find places that want to support up-and-coming artists. Think community centers, local community theaters, youth centers, places that are meant for the community and will be more open to supporting your project even if it doesn't have a budget. For other locations, try to think who you know. Do you know people that work at a cafe who could help you get permission to shoot there? Do you know the person that runs your local kiosk well enough to ask if you can shoot in there? Lastly, please, for the love of God, make a good impression. Bad experiences with unprofessional film crews are the reason a lot of locations won't let anyone film there. Depending on your city, film crews may have a very bad reputation for damaging locations, being rude, or wasting people's time. We can change this reputation simply by being professional and treating people with respect. Best of luck for your production. The next videos will probably be about post-production. Now get the fuck out of here and make your film.
Oh.